Welcome to another episode of Furniture Industry News. Today is Wednesday, March 19th, 2025, and as always, we've got plenty of updates to keep you informed about the latest trends, developments, and challenges shaping the furniture world. Let's start with some big picture news in the housing market. February saw a 2.9% decline in home construction activity compared to last year, with building permits dropping 6.8%. That means fewer new homes are in the pipeline, which isn't great news for industries like furniture that rely on housing growth to drive sales. However, there's a silver lining. Housing starts actually jumped 11.2% from January to February, suggesting we may see an uptick in construction activity as the year progresses. If that happens, demand for home furnishings could pick up as well. One of the factors influencing this slowdown in construction is the rising cost of materials, particularly lumber. The U.S. has announced plans to increase tariffs on Canadian softwood lumber, which could push the total tariff rate close to 40%. That's a big deal because softwood lumber is a key material in home construction. Higher costs for builders ultimately mean higher home prices, which could put new houses out of reach for some buyers. For the furniture industry, this could mean a slowdown in sales, especially for companies that rely heavily on new homeowners as customers. On the other hand, some manufacturers might see an opportunity. If home buyers are spending more on houses, they may be looking for more budget-friendly furniture options, which could boost demand for lower-cost or second-hand furnishings. Speaking of tariffs, there's been growing discussion about whether higher tariffs could actually bring furniture manufacturing back to the U.S. Over the past few decades, much of the furniture industry has shifted overseas, with many companies moving production to countries where labor and materials are cheaper. But with tariffs driving up costs on imported goods, some manufacturers are reconsidering their supply chains. There are already some signs that this shift is happening. We're seeing increased investment in domestic production, particularly in North Carolina, which has long been a hub for furniture manufacturing. If tariffs continue to rise, we could see even more companies bringing operations back to the U.S. The question is whether the industry is ready to handle the transition. Domestic production means higher labor costs, and many manufacturers would need to invest heavily in automation to remain competitive. Still, it's an intriguing possibility that could reshape the industry in the years to come. Now let's talk about some of the latest developments in the bedding sector. The first quarter of 2025 has brought some interesting changes to the market, particularly with Sealy's Posturepedic line. The brand has refreshed its designs, introducing new color palettes and upgraded technology aimed at offering better support and durability. The company is also rolling out a tiered pricing structure, which allows retailers to offer different levels of quality and price points, making it easier to reach a wider range of customers. The bedding industry has always been competitive, and with more consumers prioritizing sleep quality, companies are investing heavily in new materials and designs. Expect to see more innovations in cooling technology, pressure relief, and eco-friendly materials as brands try to differentiate themselves in a crowded market. In corporate news, Beyond Incorporated has made a major move by selling a majority stake in Zulily, the online shopping platform it acquired just last year. The new owner, Lions Trading Company, will take control of Zulily's operations, while Beyond will retain a 25% stake in the company. This sale highlights how rapidly the e-commerce landscape is evolving. Just a year ago, Zulily seemed like a valuable addition to Beyond's portfolio, but changing market conditions and shifting consumer behavior likely played a role in the decision to sell. The online retail space is more competitive than ever, and companies need to be incredibly agile to stay ahead. With this sale, Beyond is likely looking to focus on its core businesses while freeing up capital for other strategic investments. Shifting over to the retail side, Williams-Sonoma had a strong fourth quarter, reporting an increase in earnings for both the quarter and the full year. The company's success comes at a time when many retailers are facing challenges, and it's a testament to Williams-Sonoma's ability to adapt to changing consumer preferences. A big part of their success has been their focus on premium home furnishings and kitchenware. As more consumers continue to invest in their homes, higher-end brands like Williams-Sonoma are well-positioned to capture that demand. Additionally, their strong online presence has helped them stay competitive even as some brick-and-mortar retailers struggle. It will be interesting to see if they can maintain this momentum throughout the rest of 2025. One company making waves in the furniture manufacturing sector is Klausner. The company has secured significant investment to open a new factory and showroom in North Carolina. This expansion marks a new chapter for the brand and highlights a broader trend of companies looking to strengthen their domestic manufacturing presence. Klausner's new facility will focus on upholstered furniture, a category that continues to perform well as consumers prioritize comfort and customization. This investment also speaks to the broader resilience of the North Carolina furniture industry, which has been a key player in the sector for decades. With more companies exploring the possibility of reshoring production, we may see similar investments in the near future. So, what does all of this mean for the furniture industry moving forward? Well, there are a few key takeaways. First, the housing market remains a critical factor in driving furniture demand. While construction activity dipped in February, the recent increase in housing starts is a positive sign. However, rising costs, whether from tariffs, labor, or materials, could put pressure on both the housing and furniture industries in the coming months. Second, the impact of tariffs is something that everyone in the industry needs to keep an eye on. If costs continue to rise on imported goods, we could see a push toward more domestic manufacturing. While that's exciting in some ways, it also presents challenges in terms of labor costs and supply chain adjustments. Third, consumer trends continue to evolve, and companies that stay ahead of the curve will be the ones that succeed. Whether it's in bedding, e-commerce, or high-end retail, businesses that are willing to innovate and adapt to changing preferences will have the best chance of thriving. And finally, investment in U.S.-based furniture production is something to watch closely. Klausner's expansion in North Carolina is just one example, but it could be a sign of more to come. If more companies follow suit, we could be witnessing a shift in how furniture is manufactured and sold in the U.S. That wraps up today's episode of Furniture Industry News. As always, we'll continue to bring you the latest updates and insights to help you stay ahead in this ever-changing industry. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an update. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.